Hi, everyone. To those I just saw, welcome back.
Hello.
To
Hello.
those who are a little older and I've not just seen, hi, it's good to see you again.
Mhm.
Just wait for everybody to find their way here. Supposedly we have 31 registered, and that is not who we have in the room just yet. We'll give it a few minutes. Is it Pia or Paya?
It's Pia.
Pia. Which
Yes.
office are you with?
I'm with Harbor East.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Oh, there's
Hi.
Melissa.
I'm here.
I am
I
going
have to
to
go get water. I have to go get water though.
You go right ahead, dear.
I'll be back. Mute.
Just changing our names here. Okay. We'll just give like 2 more minutes here.
Do we need to pull pages from the binder for this?
Nope. Nope. I'm going to send out the content that I go over today to you guys afterwards, to whoever actually came in. So no need to like take ferocious notes or anything. You will get it. Here they come. So we had a newer agent meeting right before this that ended just like a couple minutes ago. I had to hustle down the hall to use the restroom quick and run back before I could do this. Shoo, gotta run. Lorenzo, you're starting your advanced stuff early. Good for you.
All right, thank you. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay,
Good. It's a good one to do.
okay,
It shouldn't overload you with your regular beginning training.
all right. Have no
Lorenzo
idea.
just started yesterday, guys.
Hey, hello, everyone.
Brand new agent.
Hi, Lorenzo. I'm in the Ephrata office as well.
Oh, hello, how
Ah.
are you? All right,
I
Making
will see
matches.
you there.
okay, good.
And Ruthie's about a month and a half or so in, 2 months in.
About 6 weeks. Yep.
Man, I'm good. So close. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Whoever happens to pop in a little bit later just misses more of my talking. You know, that's on them.
Do you want to make me host?
Of course I will make you host. That's a wonderful idea. I lost you. There you are. Make host. Okay, great. So if you guys have questions, since it's kind of a smaller group, feel free to unmute yourself and get my attention, or you can use the chat box, which Melissa is going to be monitoring for us. Keep in mind that once I start screen sharing, I can only see 4 of you, and Melissa's usually one of them. So I really can't see you all going like this or talking with your mute on. So Melissa's going to watch for that. But of course, you can always just unmute yourself and say, hey, stop, slow down, I got a question. Okay. All right, so let's do some screen sharing, and we're going to talk about social media today, which happens to be one of my favorite things to talk about. And for those of you who coach with me on a regular basis, you know how important that is to me and how much we talk about that. So without further ado, this is our Facebook business and Instagram class, which we are now calling social media. So let's start a little with Facebook and know a little bit of information about that. First of all, there are 2.41 billion monthly active users on Facebook. Did y'all know that? I'm sure we kind of had an idea that we're talking about billions here, but that is a lot. Facebook is still the most engaged social media network. It's the one that people use the most. The highest user group is the age group between 18 and 44. That's everybody, okay? So that's gonna be your highest numbers. Of course, there are those that are younger and those that are older than that group, but that's your highest user group. The biggest demographic is about 19% men ages 25 to 34. And the average Facebook user has 155 Facebook friends. Okay, which is crazy because I know some people that have like thousands of Facebook friends, and I know others who just have like maybe 50. So, overall, a Facebook user has about 155. 93% of marketers are using Facebook advertising regularly. And so it is really important for you guys to get to know and love and embrace Facebook for the purpose of being able to market not only yourself, but also your real estate listings. And it is the most cost-effective way for you to market yourself. $20 goes a long way in Facebook advertising versus doing anything else in the newspaper or radio ad or something like that. Okay, so it's really important that you kind of understand a little bit about what you're dealing with here. So how do you get the most out of your Facebook posts? And this is really impactful, something I really want you guys to understand. Images account for 75 to 90% of Facebook advertising effectivity and performance, images. So it can't just be like text or just like a paragraph that you write. It can't be articles that you share. And I know that for a lot of agents, the fallback is to post articles, to reshare articles, to automatically post articles. And I am here to tell you right now that is not effective. It is not effective in any way, shape, or form when it comes to advertising yourself or your property. It's great for filler, not going to help you if that's all you have going on. So you really need to have those images, and images include video. Okay, and there's a whole separate class called Embracing Video where we deep dive into how to do the videos and where to do the videos, and it's another one that I love and I teach as well. But I do need you guys to understand images and videos is it. Now, what's interesting is, and I really like to get some feedback here, 85% of Facebook users watch videos with the sound off. So Ms. Melissa, show of hands in the room. How many people are part of that statistic? When you're scrolling through your Facebook and you see a video, how many of you have the sound off? Just watching the lips move, reading the captions. Do you actually turn your sound on? Does anybody listen with the sound? Ruthie, of course you do. Of course that's you. Most people sound off. Okay, I'm doing it like when there's people around or in my office or like whatever is happening. I don't want the sound on. Okay, Melissa, do you want to add something?
I was just going to say, most people raise their hand that they're doing the same thing. I was saying it, but I was muted. So
you were muted, so not helpful. Now, what's interesting is that captioned video ads can increase video view time by an average of 12%. So here again, I want to ask you guys, do you pay more attention and stay longer on videos that have the captions underneath? Who's with me on that? This is a very interesting time in our lives where we are actually now reading videos. It's crazy. We read videos. So, but it's really helpful. If I don't have the sound on, but I'm kind of interested in what you have to say, the likelihood of me staying and watching you and really taking in what you have to say is better if you have the captions. So for those of you who are brave enough to do the videos, you really need to start thinking about having Facebook automatically caption for you, or to use some kind of captioning service that when you upload your videos, it includes it. Okay. Another thing that I like to tease about too is that your content has to be good enough for somebody to stick around. We talk about this in the Embracing Video class. Okay, you know how like when you're watching a video on your news feed and all of a sudden that says an ad is coming up, does everybody stop and say to themselves, do I care about this enough to stick around? Right? Most of the time we don't, right? It's about like what, 10, 15 seconds before that ad comes up and I'm like, nah, I'm not that interested. And I keep scrolling and moving on. So you have to be engaging and interesting. Why do you have to be engaging and interesting?
I'm sorry,
So
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
How I can add caption to my videos?
We talk about that in the Embracing Video class. Facebook does have like a setting that you can turn on to auto caption your videos. I don't know how well it works, but there's a few other suggestions in that class, which I can't think of off the top of my head, sorry. 20% of the videos are live broadcasts. How many of you guys have ever done a Facebook Live? Ruthie, I'm surprised. Good for you.
Ruthie's the only one raising her hand.
Are you kidding me, guys? Oh, you all
For
have to go to Embracing Video. For real, never alive. Oh my gosh, you got to do lives. I'm coming after you for Embracing Video. Ruthie is mine to coach, so she's doing
Why are
it.
you shocked I've done Facebook video lives?
I don't know. It just shocked me because you were like against the captioning. So every 60 seconds, this is why this is so important. Every 60 seconds, there are 317,000 status updates, 400 new users, 147,000 photos uploaded every minute, 54,000 shared links. It's crazy how much information is being sent and received and dealt with on Facebook in any given second. How are you going to be seen? Who's going to pay any attention to you when there's so much competition out there for attention on social media? So you have to be more engaging than that Realtor.com article that you shared. Okay, that's why it's so important. Nobody cares about that because there's so much more interesting things going on. So let's talk a little bit about what your personal Facebook page is for versus like your business page, because they're really both very valuable in your real estate business. Your personal page should be used very heavily for prospecting and very lightly for real estate marketing. There's nothing worse than when you're friends with somebody on Facebook and the only thing they ever post about all day, every day is that like thing that they sell, that at-home thing that they sell. There's like nothing personal at all. And whatever you comment on suddenly becomes like about that, oh, I PM'd you information. And you're like, I didn't want it. You know, I was just saying hi. Don't be that person when it comes to real estate, because then you're just going to be driving everybody away from you. So the Facebook page is designed personal wise for you to be able to interact with people on a personal level and to foster and build those relationships. Knowing and fostering and building those relationships is what is going to help you to identify your real estate opportunities. That's what that's for. So you're going to check their Facebook timeline before your like prospecting initiative. So whatever you have designed for your prospecting plan for the day, let's say you decided to call 5 people in your sphere of influence today, and you want to set up 1 coffee date. Okay, well then I'm going to take to Facebook and I'm going to look at my timeline and see what's going on in people's lives. So I'm just going to pick on the 3 of you that I can see. I'm going to pull up Ruthie's page and Pia's page and Martha's page and just look to see, hey, what's going on with them today? And it gives me a reason to call. You know, hey, Ruthie, how you doing? I saw you just got back from that awesome Caribbean vacation. How was that? I'm going to talk to her about that, right? I saw you just bought that brand new beach house. Where was I? Why didn't you pack me? I'm very flexible. I can fit in the luggage. Okay, so we're just gonna like chat a little bit and it gives me a reason to call. And then I can lean into whatever it is that I want or need from her real estate wise. Or, you know, hey, Ruthie, I haven't seen you in such a long time. Why don't we get together for coffee next week? What does your schedule look like? I'd love to take you out and get you like a bagel or something. And it's just a way for you to be able to interact with people. It's an up-to-date conversation, okay? It also helps you from putting your foot in your mouth. You know, if something bad has happened in her life, I don't want to accidentally bring it up as if it's like a good thing. You know, so you just have to be really careful about that. And Facebook helps you do that. You're also going to be using your personal page to look up birthdays. Okay. If you have not done anything else prospecting wise, the one takeaway you should get from this moment is I want you to go onto Facebook and jot down every single person, all of your friends' birthdays. They're all there. It has to be there. You may not get the year, but you'll get the month and the date. And so you'll be able to see when their birthday is coming up and you are going to send them birthday cards. Okay, and better than the birthday cards, you're going to send them a happy birthday video or a happy birthday text or a message or something like that. You're also going to want to comment and like and interact with your clients so that you stay in front of them. So what I like to kind of have you guys think about is how many friends do you have on Facebook? Somebody throw me out a number.
650.
Okay, I can't use you, Ruthie. Somebody else throw me out.
Maybe 400.
400. Okay. Ruthie, you're killing me. So Alan's got 400 friends. Do you think, Alan, that you're actually seeing all the posts from all 400 of those friends on any given day?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. There is just no possible way that Facebook can show you every single thing that all 400 of them posted today. It's just too much. It doesn't work. That's why they have the algorithms, and it typically shows you the people who you interact with most. So there are times where all of a sudden I might see a random thing from somebody and I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot I was even friends with this person. And it just like triggers, I haven't seen Melissa in like ages. You know, I forgot I was friends with her. It gives you the, if you do it, sorry, Melissa, forgot about you. So it's important for you guys to kind of break up your sphere of influence into smaller groups and say, I'm going to go check on these people and go to their Facebook pages and intentionally comment on their various posts intentionally, because what that does is that it puts you back in her face again. All right. It's not quite so important for me to see everything that Melissa is posting, but I want to make sure she's seeing me because I'm interacting with her. Does that make sense to you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can I just add, there's one of those posts going around that if you click on this, it will change Facebook's algorithms. First
No,
of all, that's fake. All right.
that is very fake.
Let me just tell you right now, it's fake. All these people that are posting it, it doesn't change who you see. I guarantee it. And so what really you have to, like Steph was saying, and sorry, Molly's barking in the background. You have to search out those people so that you can actively see them, or you're not going to see them. And the more you comment on them, the more you interact with them, then you will see them. But that algorithm and doing that, copying and pasting that and whatever, none of those are real. So
If you posted that, go back and take that off. No, it's not a real thing. So anyways, you also want to share.
3 of my sisters did it. That's why
I know. I see it all the time and I have to bite my tongue. But it's important to also use your personal page a little bit for real estate marketing, because you want the people who are in your life to know that you are successful, that you are doing real estate business. Keep in mind, these people have known you potentially for a really long time and they do not see you in the real estate light. They don't. So you have to kind of like drip that on them a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. And you have to figure out how to do that. That's what this class is about. Images, taking pictures of yourself in front of your office, taking a picture right now of the screen with the faces on it. And I'm doing training today just to make sure that I can help, you know, with my sellers marketing. Whatever you want to spin it, however you want to say it, it's showing, thank you, Ruthie, atta girl. The spin is that you're busy, you're doing something, you're real estate related, and it triggers the people who are seeing you in the audience like, oh, Ruthie's, that's right, Ruthie's a real estate agent, check her out, you know? And it's not necessarily that they're going to do anything right at that moment, but it's the reminder, okay? Little drips. You can do posts about how you helped a friend or family member buy or sell a home, a community or real estate event that you're involved in. Some kind of win or funny story or unique photo. Everybody loves the in the shoes of a realtor kind of posts, like here's what I'm doing today, or this is what life really looks like, or check out this weird thing I saw on my showing. People love that stuff.
People love to see the weird things. I posted a picture. It was stuck up in the garage on top of a thing, but it was a little, it was a rocking horse for a little, you know, baby, except it was in the shape of the Star Trek spaceship. And I was like, that's so cool. And, you know, posted that. Those kind of weird things that you see are what are going to get engagement and get interest.
I saw one yesterday. One of the big team leaders had posted something. It was like one of those really old lock boxes with like the push buttons along the sides. And he was like, he took a picture of it and he said, if you have this on your listing, we're coming in under asking. It was just hilarious. I died. It was a good one. So now your Facebook business page should look something like this. And well, it should look exactly like this. You really need to make the page easy to find. Think of the consumer. If they're looking up, you know, Melissa McCoy as a real estate agent because they got referred by somebody and they said, oh man, you should really use Melissa. The first thing they're doing is going to Facebook to look you guys up. So I hear a lot of times I get pushback from agents saying, oh, well, you know, I don't really use my business page. I don't post things on it. Like, no, like my friends aren't like friends with me on my business page. That's not what it's for. Your friends are friends with you on the personal page. The business page is the outside marketing. That's your face for your business. It's every bit as good or better than a website in a lot of cases. So if you're being referred, the very first thing they're going to do is look you up on Facebook. I mean, Facebook is the new search engine a lot of times. So if they're going and looking for Alan, they'll be typing in Alan's name. And if they don't find a Facebook page, Alan's not real. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have any kind of presence. And so then it's questionable about, you know, his success.
I love when Jen Jones teaches this class, because she uses the example of, she was helping find an agent for her mother's home out of the market. So it was a referral and she got 3 names. Well, she looked up those 3 names on Facebook. So it may not be the client themselves. You know, this was, you know, an older woman may not have may not think to check you out on Facebook, but if there's someone else helping make that decision, you better believe if they're under 50, they're looking on Facebook and they're going to evaluate that. And so she got 3 names. She looked up 3 different agents. One didn't even have a Facebook business page. One had a super nice presence and the other one was kind of hadn't added anything in a while. And so she's going to go with the one that's the most active, the one that's out there, the one that's the most professional.
Yep.
So even though it's your customer, your client may not be looking on Facebook, their family, their friends, someone helping them make a decision might be.
Yeah. So now a couple things you have to keep in mind is that this should be the professional version of you. So you want to have your good headshot on there. We definitely encourage you to have a pre-designed cover photo here, which of course we have already created a few dozen of them for you. It's on the Team Home Sale site. Just search for Facebook and you'll get those Facebook cover photos. You also need to make sure that the About Me section is compliant. So that's down here. Your faces might be in the way. It's the right-hand side here where you would say, I'm a real estate agent in this county. I serve this area. You should also be posting, if you're on a team, what team you're with. If you are on a team, you also have to put down every member, licensed member of the team in that area. The phone number, because only one phone number is allowed on Facebook, should be that of the broker. And then you would put your own cell phone number into the description area. So if you're not sure if your page is compliant, and I know that there's not like really anybody out there policing it or enforcing it, but we want to make sure that everybody within Home Sale is at least being as compliant as possible, just in case. Have your office manager or one of the directors of career development just check it out. Okay. Okay, so let's chat a little bit about Facebook Connector. This is an automatic tool. If you are not social media savvy or you are forgetful about posting your activity, your business activities on your Facebook business page, you can basically have the company do it for you. So this is a Facebook Connector. It's on homesaleCenter.com where everything else is. And what it will allow you to do is that once you have enabled it and connected it to your Facebook business page, it will automatically post things for you like new listings or upcoming open houses that you have for your listings, anything that you have recently sold, customer reviews, blog articles for those who have upgraded agent websites, and also My Customer for Life articles, which very soon are going to be open to everyone. Okay, so those kinds of like business related type things and articles that are written on your behalf can just automatically post, and that frees up your time to do those more candid things that we were talking about, the photos and the videos and the you. You know, I'm known for saying I need to see more you on your Facebook page. And so this kind of frees you up to just spend your time devoted to that and let the system just automatically post what you got going on in your business. Does anybody have questions about that? Okay.
What you're saying is that this will post to your business part of your Facebook, and the posting that you're saying, like we want to see your face, that's your personal page.
Nope, that's also on the business. That's also on the business page.
So the videos of yourself are always posting on the face on your business page, not on the main, your news feed or whatever. What do you call it? Your news feed?
Well, your personal page, because everything goes on your newsfeed.
Okay, so these posts that are going to your your business page are actually on your news feed too as well? Because that always confuses me too. And I feel like I have to post in 2 different places.
Yeah, so you have a personal page that you are typically posting to, and you have a business page that you're posting to. Anybody who is friends with you on your personal page will see your personal posts on their news feed. Anybody who likes your business page will see your business page posts on their news feed. What you see in your news feed are the things that your friends post. Does that make sense?
So not only is it, if you sign up for Facebook Connector, which thank you, I never even heard of that before.
Mhm.
Then you're posting all the videos and all these shots, like how we took the shot today, how Ruthie took the shot, like you're putting all of those posts on your Facebook page, your business
On your
page.
business page, yes. So this
Okay.
list you're seeing in front of you now, these are all business related things that the system will automatically post for you. That frees you up to be able to post on your business page the things like the candid shots and the videos of yourself. Now, that doesn't mean it stays on the business page. I want it to go to the business page, and then I want you to share some of those things to your personal page as well, because I kind of want everything to drive back to the professional version of you. So it goes on the business page for the public, if you will. And then whatever I feel like would be good for my personal people to see also, I will also share that to my personal page. And what it would then look like is like this. It would say, Elizabeth Elias shared this post from Elizabeth Elias, real estate agent. And so it kind of like tells everybody, oh, that's her real estate stuff. And if they are interested, they can click it and go to your business page.
Okay.
And so sometimes people may see both.
Yeah, if they're
because
friends with you and they're also liking your page, then yes, they will see that you have.
they're going to
posted them.
see, it twice, and that's okay.
That's
I'm
okay.
I'm just explaining that they'll get it 2 times.
Yep. Great question, Liz. Thanks. All right, you also have the ability to create a Market Watch report and have the Market Watch report automatically post to your page too. So this might get a little confusing, but you can do Market Watch reports on a client per client basis. That's what you can learn in the Customer Center class, where we teach you that you put in a customer, you can attach a Market Watch to them, so they're getting an email once a month for that. This is kind of like an overall generic Market Watch report. So I have one for a very popular school district in my area, and I just kind of keep it with the most popular requests, 3+ bedrooms, an affordable price range that most of my clients are looking for, something that's kind of like a teaser that, and I just want to have some kind of market statistics that automatically post on my page. Go ahead, Melissa.
I was just going to say, you may want to make that Market Watch report the school district that you live in. If you are friends with a lot of the, your, parents of kids from your school and teams and activities that are in your same school district, make it something that is going to appeal to your audience. That's what I was gonna.
Okay. So then it will automatically post at whatever frequency you set that up for. It could be weekly, it could be bi-weekly or monthly, whatever you want. You first have to set up the Market Watch, and then you can tell the connector to automatically post it. Does that make sense? So these are the steps. You're going to Home Sale Center, the listings section on the far left side, there is a place for Market Watches, and you can add a generic Market Watch there. So then you go ahead and set it up however you would like for it to be. What do you want to show? And then you tell it to auto post to Facebook, allow it to auto post to Facebook. And then when you go to the Facebook connector, when you're turning on all of the other things, you will also turn on Market Watch and it will go. If you don't have a Market Watch report set up, nothing will be able to post on your behalf. Any questions?
Yeah.
Yes, go.
And also I have to set up at Home Sale Center, like if I want the Home Sale Center to just post the new listing or the open houses and this stuff.
Yeah,
how I
all
can
of
do
that
this.
all of that happens on the Home Sale Center on the left-hand side. There is a section there that says social media, and you would click that and turn it on. So you would see Facebook, you can connect to your Facebook page there. And then you say, I want this to post, I want that to post, and you can even set like how often. Okay. Okay, so other things that you would want to post on to your business page might be targeted Facebook ads. So I mentioned at the beginning, Facebook is the most cost-effective way for you to do any kind of marketing pieces. The problem is, and for some of you, you've heard this before, doing a purposeful ad campaign on Facebook is a very difficult, convoluted process using Facebook's ad builder. It's really hard. So there's a couple of different ways, and some of you guys are probably used to seeing something called a boosted post, right? So what is the difference between a boosted post and a targeted ad? Because it's kind of separate things. I like to think of the boosted post as like a reactive thing, and the ad campaign is a proactive thing. So let's say I put something on my page, for example, I don't know, just something silly like, are you for candy corn or against it? That usually sparks an awful lot of conversation on my page because you either hate that stuff or you love it. There is no in between. I can't stand the stuff. It's disgusting.
Oh, and of course I love it.
Of course you
I
love it. Mhm. Yes, if you love candy corn, we can't be friends. It's terrible.
It's over.
It's over. But if we post something like that and I'm getting like all this engagement and there's this like fiery back and forth on my business page, then I might be like, oh, this might be fun to throw out there to the audience, to the public. You know what I mean? So then I can choose to boost that post because it is getting so much attention already. Then it's sort of like an afterthought, like, oh, let me make this public so that anybody, and I'm putting it out on people's news feeds into these targeted areas, then I can pay for that. Okay. An ad campaign is different. This is me on purpose putting it out there and paying it so that it ends up on people's news feeds. Okay. People
And this
outside of my circle.
And this is what shows up as sponsored.
Mhm. Yep.
So like when you're scrolling through your news feed and you see something and it says sponsored by Melissa McCoy Realtor,
Mhm.
that's
Yep.
what an ad
Yep.
through
So it
AdWords
looks
would
like
look
this. It says little sponsored here and it's like a public post. So we create these for you because Facebook's process for doing that is kind of difficult. So if you go to Home Sale Center, under the marketing section, there is a place for Ad Wizard. We created this wizard with pre-done templates already. So all you have to do is click and click. Excuse me, you can do listings that you have. You can just brand yourself if you want to. There's a lot of things. I suggest that you kind of go in there and play around with it and just look. I mean, nothing bad can happen if you don't pay. So I train it all the time. As long as you don't get to the point of putting in your payment information, you haven't done anything. So you can go through and play with them, and the banner will look different and the background can be changed. If you like using Canva, you can create your own stuff and upload it into the wizard and make an ad out of that.
And you don't have to have listings to do it. You can do branding about yourself. Curious what your home is worth.
Mhm.
Kind of, there's stock pictures in there, so it doesn't have to be, if you have a listing or something has recently sold or whatever.
Yep. So keep that in mind. You may want to consider doing some kind of sponsored ad. If you don't have a listing, you brand yourself or you put your page out there or something like that. You may have to play with this a little bit. There is no like perfect, use this language, do this thing. It depends on who your audience is and what speaks to them. So my suggestion to you is try to have it be something fun and interesting and not something that like people would just be like, oh, if I'm going to click this, they're going to get my information. So try to make it something that people would be interested in. Okay. Now here's kind of like your guide to other things that you can put in there. There should be a very consistent process for you doing social media. This is not oh, I haven't posted in a while, what can I post on my Facebook? So while you guys are prospecting your sphere of influence and you're out there looking for new leads, Facebook by itself, or social media in general by itself, should have a plan. So that every day I have something that I'm going to post. And yes, I do suggest a daily post at minimum 3 times a week. Okay. And that like once every week, once every 2 weeks, well, God, once a month. No, nobody is seeing you. You might as well not be posting at all. So, but these are the different areas where you could probably benefit. Real estate, yes. Go easy though, guys, because what I always tell people is that on your real estate page, the real estate posts are only going to be getting attention from people who are in that moment, right? So if you're spending all your time talking about why pre-approval is important and, here's the market statistics, that's great. It's awesome. It's very good supportive information. But unless I'm buying a home, I don't care. Does that make sense? If I'm not buying and I'm not selling and that's all you talk about, I'm tuning it out and I'm not caring about it. So you have to sprinkle in evenly other kinds of things. So yes, post new listings, Post your client photos and videos, especially the ones where you're doing showings and stuff like that. I want to see the activity. I want to see that Liz is out there doing something and it appears to be real estate related. I got to see it or I don't believe it. Does that make sense? I got to see it or it doesn't exist. Market watch reports, client testimonials, and sharing real estate articles. Yes. However, you also need to be doing local area information. So this is going to be the blog that we write for you, posting about new restaurants or your favorite shops. It has to kind of tie back into your personal self. Liz is really involved in her community, for example. So I love to see all of those community posts filter onto her Facebook business page too, because it tells that audience, I'm deeply involved in my community and I care. Okay. So that kind of gives off a certain impression to anybody who might be using her as a real estate agent. She really knows her stuff. She's heavily involved. She probably knows the market really well, like the assumptions are made. Okay. Share those upcoming Facebook events, important school dates, if that's your thing and your basis is a lot of like school aged children, post stuff they care about on your Facebook page, okay? But also home design, homeowner tips. A lot of our items of value are around that kind of idea. So you can post those in their flyer form. You can copy and paste it as if you wrote it yourself. You can do like pictures, this or that pictures, before and after pictures. Oh my God, people eat that stuff up. Do you like this kind of fireplace or that kind of fireplace? You know, cabin or beach?
That's a great way to get, engagement.
Mm-hmm.
Vote for which, this or that, which do you like, a dark kitchen or a white kitchen, things like that,
Yep.
people will engage with that.
And that's the goal. The more you can get people to engage with your posts, the more they will see your posts. That's the ticket. Okay. You got to get them talking about something. And most of the time it's not real estate related, it's something else. Okay. Candy corn. Personal stuff.
I'm a firm believer in utilizing your children and pets as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm like the cheese. I'm the queen of cheese when it comes to that. The uncle jokes and stuff. Many years ago, the dad joke. Yes. Many years ago, I took my kids to the corn maze, and of course, I forced my whole family, including my husband, who just rolls his eyes at me, to stand in front of the beginning of the corn maze and all make this like terrified face, like we're going to be lost, So I was like, I snapped the picture. I had some poor soul snap our picture, and I put it on my Facebook business page. And I said, if you're feeling lost in today's market, let a good real estate agent help you find your way. And I was like, oh, but right. So try to think of cutesy little things that's going to get people's attention like that. And of course, my kids were there.
Cheesy is good.
Cheesy is good. Now, the Facebook Live. Facebook Live is so important to grab the attention of your followers, to connect instantly and engage with them. And I know this room is scared of the live because only Ruthie has done it, unless y'all were lying to me. So why is live so important? Well, first of all, let's start with, why do you all avoid the live? I know why you avoid the live. Because you're like, oh my God, what I must sound like, what I must look like. I'm going to say, or I'm going to forget what I'm going to say, or I might be trying to walk and talk at the same time and trip over a rock and smash my, like just ridiculous stuff. God, Ruth.
The biggest issue is getting the camera angle correct.
Yes. Yes. And that is very important. Slightly high.
Angle is everything.
Slightly high and off center. That's the ticket. Okay. But the reason why live is so important is because of the fact that you're messing up and that you are being you. The whole idea of winning people over on social media is to be you. And there's a huge difference when you're watching my videos on my Facebook page of me just being me versus the ones that I've scripted and I've done it 20 takes and it's so watered down that it's boring. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the stuff. I mean, I want to know you, and there is no surprise to anybody else what you look like or sound like. It's only a surprise to you. Okay. Yep. So I already know. I hear you. I see you every day. That's what you look like. That's what you sound like. So, and it's cool because you actually get to interact with people at that time. And it's a great way for you to be able to kind of talk about things that might be of interest, community events, especially, just to go live, and then they're there with you and you can be like, oh, hey, Ruthie, thanks for joining in. If you have any questions, let me know in the chat box and I can see and answer you, and it's just really cool because I can answer right away, So of course the reactions are there. If somebody likes it or hearts it, it'll flash in front of your eyes. You'll be able to see the comments. You'll see how many people. The only tip that I will give you if you're going to go live is do not wait for people to show up. Okay, do not wait. When it says 3, 2, 1, go, you just start talking and go. Who sees you, who doesn't. You have the ability to post it and keep it on your page, and the power of the live is in the rewatch. Okay, it's in the rewatch. I did one time with my lender. It was a pre-approval conversation. I think I had 2 or 3 people watching me at the time. I was so nervous because you can see how many people are watching, and I was like, oh my God, this is abysmal. But I went ahead and I posted it anyway. And I think last time I checked, which was like last year, I had 843 views of that from 2 at the time. So don't let that freak you out. Just post it and go. Okay.
What did Ruthie, what did you do yours on, or what are we living? What are we going live with?
Living.
I'm sorry, I know it's a dumb question, but I just want to know.
Well, I have done a lot of events with my church.
Mhm.
So for me, it's a little more comfortable to start out by showing my face.
Mhm.
Then I flip the camera to show what's going on in front of me.
Mhm.
So I'm not the center of attention. They just hear my voice. And I'm spanning a room. I'm like she said about doing some kind of community event, but I've also just done like in my house. What did I do? Oh, when I passed my test, when I passed my real estate test, I did a Facebook Live. And
Awesome. To capture that emotion right at that moment.
right.
Mhm.
Holy cow, I think I'm gonna explode. And it
Yes.
can be 30 seconds. It can be,
Yep.
it's not about how many people you get in that moment. It's
Mhm.
totally about the rewatch.
Yep, totally about the rewatch. Yes, yeah. So I love the lives. It's definitely good for the community events. It's also good for when you're doing just like your real estate activities. So I've seen a couple of them where 2 people who go door knocking together, they just go live and they're like huffing and puffing because they're speed walking through the neighborhood and they're just like, we're in this community today, you know, talking to the neighbors about the market of today's market or whatever, and out of breath or whatever, or just chilling and hanging out with each other. It doesn't matter. It's just you. It's just you.
That's cool.
Okay, so how do you build the audience? First of all, you want to invite all your friends. So if you go to your business page, there is an ellipses somewhere on that page that will ask you, do you want to invite your friends? Or you might see a box to the right that asks you about that. Go ahead and invite everybody. You can also share your page. There's a share button there, which will create a new post that will go onto your news feed for your friends to see that you have this business page. And you can say, hey, I would really appreciate your support. Please come like my page. Please share my page with your friends on your Facebook pages and help spread the word. Get me out there. Okay. And again, always remember, the more interaction that your posts generate, the more people will see what you post and then will hopefully like your page. Now let's switch gears and talk about Instagram a little bit. What's different about this? Now these stats are a little bit old and I'm sure these numbers have risen greatly since we've last done this. We are changing up over the next couple of months what these statistics are. But back in 2018, there was 1 billion monthly active users, and I guarantee you it's at least double that now. It's huge. It's the 2nd most engaged network after Facebook, and it's like right under Facebook. FYI, Facebook and Instagram are now one. Facebook now owns Instagram. So that's why you can see that they talk to each other. You can actually connect so that you can post on Instagram and have it automatically post to your Facebook page if necessary, and vice versa. 71% of the users are under age 35. How many of you guys have an Instagram account that you're using now? Yes, hopefully most of the room. Okay, good. All right, good. I'm reading Melissa's lips. She says yes, good. Instagram is important. Super important. The users are under age 35. These are the young people. And I hate to say it to you guys, but Facebook is considered the old person's social media. Okay, so it said 18 to 44 is using it. They're not engaging with it though. Okay, those young people use it because they use it basically as a search engine and to determine whether you're a real person or not and to kind of look to see what you're doing, but they're not using it for their interaction. Instagram is what they're using. And Instagram goes perfectly with real estate because it's all image based. And that's what we do for a living, right? Look at this view, look at this kitchen, check out this thing, you know, it's just awesome that way. So your most popular age range, 25 to 34, and then second most popular is 18 to 24. 71% of US businesses use Instagram, and that is all visual. So you really have to change the whole thing to be visual stuff. Okay.
That statistics from 2018. Think about that. That's 3 years ago.
Mhm.
I have to believe that percentage is higher.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. I can't wait to see when they've been updated, what that looks like. Same thing as with Facebook, Instagram, photos with faces get 38% more likes. Posts with a location get 79% more engagement. And the reason for this is that Instagram has the ability, Melissa, can you grab Kevin? Thank you. Instagram uses the hashtags and the @ to sort of tag different things. And the hashtags allow you to basically categorize posts into like more of a public library, if you will. So when you have a location tagged or you have a hashtag on there, if people are interested in that place or in that hashtag content, then when they click that, you become one of those posts. So you get a broader reach, if that makes sense. So posts with at least one hashtag average 12.6% more engagement. Videos get 2 times more engagement than Instagram photos do. And the reason for that is that Instagram started as photos. So the video is kind of like the next level for Insta. Okay. Interestingly, there's more engagement on Tuesdays and Thursdays with Instagram. So you might want to maybe do like your Facebook posts on certain days, but you have to look at your own kind of insights to see when you're getting more engagement and qualify your posts around that. Instagram is very casual in comparison to Facebook in a lot of ways. That's where all the emojis are and the stickers, and like there's all kinds of like imagery and animation that you can stick onto your images and stuff there. So if you're not really super familiar with it, definitely get onto Instagram and just start playing with the buttons and watch videos to see how this kind of stuff is done. It's a more fun, candid, social sort of thing. Okay. So features that are available on both platforms. Stories. I'm sure you guys have seen this. There are stories on Facebook. There are stories on Instagram. So what is a story? I get that question like, what is the difference? A story is kind of like a little blip of an image. It's almost like a video of an image or a quick little video of your video that's only available for a very short time. It doesn't actually go on your news feed, and I really love them for fun things when it comes to business. So it has to be manually accessed. You can see here, Facebook, it looks like this. It's usually on the top of your page. You can see the more recent stories here. On Instagram, you would click on the faces at the top if they have any new kind of content, but it's not actually on their pages. Okay, and then once you've seen it, after 24 hours, it disappears. Okay. Your photos and videos should be kind of connected like a story and have like a beginning or an ending or maybe like a similar theme if you're going to be doing a story for the day. You could kick off your story with an intro video that sets expectations for the whole next series throughout the day and maybe end with a summary. Some people just do stories just because it's just something fun they want to add on there, but they don't want it to take up real estate on their Facebook page forever and ever. Okay, so like an example. Behind the scenes of an open house. That would be a great thing to have as a story because you don't necessarily need to have that forever on your Facebook page. So like you setting up or what it takes to start an open house or whatever. A sneak peek of a new listing, maybe a day with your buyer showing properties. So you just keep doing a story. This is the house we're at now. This is the house we're at now. Check out this view, check out that view, you know, and so it's almost like people are going with you on this journey for the day, but that's not just like all these posts on your business page. Does that make sense? You can also maybe ask for feedback using a poll. So a lot of these stories have the ability to add, like if I swipe up, I can go to somebody's website, or it allows you to have some interactive polls. So again, you have to play with the stories a little bit to get how they work and to be able to use them. Instagram highlights allow you to make your story viewable for more than 24 hours and will feature them on your profile, which you could do to like promote a contest or something like that. So let me qualify this for you. Here's an example, National Day of this or that. Like every day has some national day of whatever. If it's like National Day of sunglasses, for example, and I want to be cute that day and interact and engage with my clients and with my audience, I decide every hour I want to wear a different pair of sunglasses and take a picture of myself. It's National Sunglass Day. What do you think of this pair? What do you think of that pair? But I don't want 12 different posts on my Facebook page of me in sunglasses. That's ridiculous, right? but I can have 12 different all day long posts on the subject, right? Maybe National Ice Cream Day. I take the opportunity to run around to different ice cream places during that day and get like a small scoop and feature that restaurant. I can tag them in the story. I can put that in. I can say this, I'm trying this flavor here at this location and this flavor at this location, but it's not taking up real estate on my page. Does that make sense? So I'm engaging and interacting in a different kind of way. Melissa, you're muted.
I think Elizabeth has a question and Ruthie does too.
Okay.
Elizabeth, you want to go first?
Oh, she was clapping, I think.
Clapping, and I have a question.
Okay.
Yeah, and she raised her hand.
So what's different about Instagram is that you're saying it's more like pictures.
Mhm.
More
Yep.
so like you're not necessarily doing videos, but you're doing pictures.
It could be
More so.
either pictures and videos on Instagram. You just can't do like written posts. It can't just like, you can't just type in something like you do on Facebook.
Okay.
There has to be an image.
And then, do you also have to have it be compliant? Like I know with Facebook, I forget the name of the lady who I had to contact. She looked at it. She was like,
Mhm.
yeah, a year ago, it looks good. Does she help with Instagram as well, setting that up?
I can look over your Instagram if you would like to, but it's a little hard. There's not as much compliance. You just have to make sure that in your Instagram description that you have your broker name and your cell phone number, the broker's phone number and all that.
Okay, currently I only have my Instagram set up. I had it set up a while ago, just personal, so I haven't even flipped it over to do anything with it. So I will
Okay.
definitely do that and have you take
Yep.
a look at it. Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
absolutely.
Okay, and Ruthie asked the question, and I'm going to throw this out there because I think it's something that everyone will want to hear the answer to. She asked if there are any privacy issues with using video during a showing or a listing, since you're in someone else's home, you're in, that kind of.
Yeah, you do have to choose carefully what it is that you're showing and what you're talking about. That has come up in the past. So you just have to be very conscientious about what you're really showing and what you're saying. So like I wouldn't be derogatory and I wouldn't make fun necessarily of any specific thing. I would never put my exact location either. I wouldn't say like I'm at 123 Main Street doing this showing and can you see this ridiculous like whatever that I'm seeing? Like no, I wouldn't do that. If I was
Even
my own list, yes, I would.
Or on the other hand, I wouldn't say, oh my gosh, look at this gorgeous TV at this property, kind of inviting somebody to come in and
steal it.
And
Yeah.
steal it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to be conscientious of like what you're saying. So I would never divulge the location of a showing. However, if I'm promoting my listing, of course I have to, and they're
Right.
expecting that.
Right.
Okay.
Or
Good question.
if you're doing it for an open house, obviously you're going to
Mhm.
share where you're at. Otherwise, nobody's going to find you. But you do want to be conscious of what's in the background, even if you're not, highlighting, trying to be negative or derogatory. You do want to make sure that what you are showing and what's in your background someone else wouldn't find offensive.
Right. Yes. Yep. Great questions.
If I have two questions, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I don't have any listings yet, but
Mhm.
could I share listings for people on my team?
If you are on a team, yes, you could, because you're part of that team and you kind of share all of that. Just double check with your team leader to make sure that that's okay. And then you just need to make sure that the listing agent is sourced. So so that if the link that they click goes back to the actual listing. And for the rest of you, that's the same way. If you're going to be promoting any other listings that are not your own personal listings, then you need to make sure that the link that they click goes to the listing agent's page, the homesale.com version, or in addition to, even you could say, listing courtesy of, Christy Rivera at
Okay.
Berkshire Hathaway Homesale Realty.
Okay.
Yep,
Thank
great
you.
question.
And then
You're welcome.
my other thing was on the home sale page, is the social connector, is that how we set up the Facebook
Yes.
connector?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
At the
It's been recently updated, the language, because now we've added more things than Facebook. So,
Okay.
Which
All
brings
right,
me to
thank
another
you.
great point. Very soon, we're going to be sending out videos, mini videos on the subject, because you will see when you go in there that there are other things, and we are creating content for you guys for Instagram too. You just can't auto post that. Instagram doesn't allow for auto posting, but we will automatically email you content that you can put in. I don't want to get ahead of myself on that though, because we're about to launch that and you'll get lots of stuff about that.
I think
Hashtags.
Kevin- What, I think Kevin has a question too, but
Okay.
Kevin, you're muted.
He's looking.
There it is.
There it is. I can see him looking.
Yeah, on some of the others, you just click the icon. But anyway, I know now. Can you go back to the last screen?
Yes.
All right. Your story, there's blue. I have that on both Facebook. What can I expect when I click on? Is this something that is like something that continues, or is it a one-shot deal, or how does this? When you
So
click
if
on that blue
yeah,
cross, blue.
Oh,
yeah,
the blue cross, this
Yes.
one?
yeah.
Yeah, so this would be your story. If I want to add to my story, I click that.
So it's ongoing.
Yes, it's always, your face is always going to be there so that you can add your own story at any point. And when you add to the story, you'll be asked, do you want to like use a picture that you've taken? Do you want to take a picture? Do you want to take a video? So you have like, you'll click that and then it's going to go further and like with menu
Is
items.
it the same as just posting?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So instead of adding to your page, it's adding to your story.
Okay.
Yep, play with it a little bit and you'll be able to kind of see the difference. The other thing you can do is click on somebody else's. So if I was to click on this person's, that means they have a story. So however many stories they created, it's going to show me those. And it's like about 10 seconds at a time. So I'll be able to see like if Ruthie posted a picture and then she posted another picture and then she posted a video, I would see
Got it.
each one of those. And then it would move on to the next person until I clicked it away and told it to stop.
Got it.
And then that story's gonna be gone tomorrow.
Yep, and I won't see it anymore.
Oh,
Yep, it's very fun. It's just little short blips of life.
Okay.
Great questions. So hashtags. What is a hashtag? It's not the pound sign anymore. There's a symbol that you're using in front of a word or phrase. No punctuation, no spaces, no capitals, just one squished word. Really watch your spelling as a result, or else you are not categorizing correctly. And the company themselves even have a couple, like Love Home Sale Realty, like all kinds of different things.
Forever Brand.
Yes, Forever Brand. You can kind of, if you follow some other home sale realty people who use Instagram a lot, you'll see a lot of that stuff. But anyway, it's basically creating a category. So it could be like home sale realty, and then everything that's people use that, all the home sale realty pictures and videos that have been tagged with that are all under that hashtag. So if I'm curious to see what people have been posting using that, I can search for it. Okay, so you guys can all go do that now. Search for hashtag home sale realty in Instagram, and you'll see all kind of posts from all kind of people in our footprint who have posted things and tagged it. Okay, so it's very cool. You'll see weddings do this. They'll come up with those cute little wedding things and they'll hashtag it, and they'll ask you to post all your photos using that hashtag, so the bride and groom can very easily get everybody's pictures in that file, basically. Does that make sense? Kind of? Okay. They also make your posts more visible because of the fact people can search on them. You can use general hashtags like Lancaster County real estate in general, York County real estate, homes in York, whatever. If you have a brand or a slogan, you can hashtag that and use that also. The one thing I will caution you is to be careful to make sure that whatever hashtag you use is not inadvertently some kind of thing you didn't intend to be a part of, because there's a lot of that going around. Be careful. Look at it first, especially if you're using a new one. If you have a huge string of hashtags that you would like to use on every single post, go ahead and do it once. Copy paste the whole thing in a note on your phone so you don't have to keep retyping it every time. You can just keep pasting it into your posts and make that process faster. Okay, spelling is important. Any questions about the hashtags? All right, good. That was easy. So we're wrapping up here with tips and advice. always ask yourself, what do my viewers want to see? Is this something that my audience wants to see, or is this something that I want to post? And what I mean by that is is this what I'm comfortable posting? And what do I say about being in your comfort zone? All the magic is outside the comfort zone. So ask yourself, if I was in the audience, would I care about this? Do I want to see this? And post what they want. Be authentic. Don't overwork yourself, overthink it, just be you. For some of you guys who I coach with, I actually have you on a 2-week video challenge where they are required to send me a video on anything they want to every single day for 2 whole weeks, because hopefully at the end of that 2 weeks, it's authentic. You're not trying so hard anymore. It's just, let me get this done and get it sent to you. Liz Elias is right in the middle of that now. We're 1 week in and she's doing awesome. Like and follow other local businesses. That's helpful. It's cross-posting, okay? Scratch your back, scratch my back kind of thing. So when I'm tagging them and I'm liking them and I follow them and I can share their stuff, my hope is that they're also doing that for me. Check in. So on Facebook, it's checking in. On Instagram, you're adding a location with the @ symbol. And then, so it kind of works the same way, because then that shows that you were there, okay? And it notifies the other person and it tells your audience where you have been. Use the hashtags. You can tag other people by typing the @ name also, for people, their usernames, for businesses, and that notifies the user and increases your reach, okay? So ask questions, use polls, drive interaction, learn about your audience that way. The biggest thing is going to be to create a schedule and a strategy and be consistent. We have a lot of agents who make like Tuesday tips, or like every Friday is their restaurant posting day. I think Melissa was talking about somebody at one point who, was it you, got in the habit of doing a Friday post and then like got busy and forgot one Friday.
Yep.
And then like, yeah, go ahead.
It was Face Your Fears Friday. And so his very first post was being afraid to do this video. And then he talked about, he was also a soccer coach. And so sometimes they would relate to soccer, but sometimes they would relate to real estate. A lot of times they would tie together. But he got in the habit every Friday, and it was usually like Friday midday, afternoon. Well, one Friday he missed, and by Friday evening, he got 3 or 4 texts from people that were like, "Hey, are you okay? Where's your Instagram post? Where's your story?" And so people just got so used to hearing from him and expecting that. And that was only after, I don't know, 5 or 6 weeks. It's not like he was doing it for a year. But it just, you set that tone, and absolutely be consistent. And you can't just post once every now and then and expect it to work.
Although I gotta say, how many fears does one have to do Face Your Fears Friday that this would last for very long?
Well, I mean, he talked about he talked about other things too. Like he would.
Yeah, I'm teasing.
Yeah.
But it's really important to make sure that you are consistent for the sake of making sure that there is something there new and fresh and available and so that when people are searching, they're seeing you there.
Yep.
So here are some examples, which when I send this out to all of the participants from today, you can kind of go and look these people up. These are very good, successful Facebook business pages. Look past the listings and that kind of stuff. I mean, obviously those are going to auto post, and a lot of these people are doing a lot of business. Search for the stuff that's them, okay? Instagram accounts that you can check out here also. But just be on the lookout as you guys befriend a lot of other agents in your offices and from outside your offices. There are some really strong social media people out there that you can watch and mimic and get inspired by. Okay. Any other questions?
I would just recommend like finding people from outside your area to follow as well, because it's nice to see like a different take on things and different markets. And they may be doing something that's easy to replicate here without feeling like you're copying somebody in your office.
Yep.
So.
Great. Any questions that you didn't already ask? Okay, so I can't wait to see all of your awesome social media posts coming up. It's going to be great. Get out there and interact and engage with the people.
That's right.
Okay. All right, guys, have a wonderful afternoon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.